It's Perp back with another video, and I just got done listening to King's Disease 3. Well, I didn't just get done listening to it, but I finally got around to soaking in the album, and I wanted to just kind of give you my first take on this album. Now, mind you, I haven't listened to King's Disease 1 or 2. This is the first time I've listened to these King Disease series, you know what I'm saying? So this was an interesting listen. I've always felt that Nas has just gotten better over time. I think, like, how old is Nas now? I think he's barely even 50, you know what I'm saying? And he's still just really cooking, really just staying consistent, and it shows in this. And I feel like him and Hit Boy really have a dope chemistry, but I won't be just breaking down each individual track. I don't want to bore the fuck out of you. I just want to just tell you my thoughts and feelings about this, and I will have a follow-up video to this album review, so stay tuned for that. That will be up very shortly. But with all that being said, let's get right into this review. So looking at the track list, there's about 17 tracks, 16 just with one bonus track. Very dope flow, you know what I'm saying? The runtime for each track is very short. Nothing is very overly drawn out. Like, there's no 5-minute, 6-minute songs on here. The longest song that you're gonna get on here is Once a Man, Twice a Child, which is one of my favorite songs on here, and just the production. Hit Boy really just did his thing. Like, he really takes you in a time machine. Like, you really feel like you're listening to like 90s Nas or early 2000s Nas. Like, they really capture that Illmatic, Stillmatic type of vibe where it's just like, damn. Like, and there's also some types of like tweaks or switch ups towards the end where it kind of goes into some drill shit, where you get like tracks like Reminisce, which that's like my personal favorite song off this whole entire project. And just the switch up on that, I like the vibe that Nas is bringing here, and just the way he can just really do a great job of painting a picture, whatever he's talking about, whether he's talking about success, talking about just growing up in New York, or just memories he's had with his friends or just loved ones, and just he'll just take you through all these different avenues and just keep it fresh. Where most of the time when you hear Nas or just a certain artist talking about certain things, it can get kind of drawn out. But Nas does such an interesting job on this project to kind of keep you glued to listening to this album all the way through, and it just kind of sticks with you, and it just kind of brings you back, and it's very nostalgic but new at the same time. It's very fascinating, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I keep having to press this, like, it's like going through going in a time machine, you know what I'm saying? Going back to the 90s, going back to like the early 2000s, and I think if you are a fan, like an older fan of hip hop, this is definitely going to be an album that's going to please you. And I think even younger cats can appreciate an album like this, you know what I'm saying? And just seeing how long Nas has been in this industry and how consistent he's been, I think you really got to give it up to him. And I think he's been putting out better music than even Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z has to take kind of time off, like 3-4 years, but like Nas has just been constantly dropping really solid projects, and this is definitely a solid project all the way through. There's really no skippables. The only song I would say I dislike or probably would skip is WTF, Shaking My Head. That's the only beat that kind of goes everywhere for me, but I like the samples on here. Like, you got the 5 Heartbeat sample, you got a lot of like old classic samples that just really get you in that mood. And it's a very positive vibe throughout this whole entire album. I can't stress that enough. Overall, some standout tracks to me would be, Legit, Michael and Quincy, Hood to Hood, Reminisce, Serious Interlude, I'm on Fire, Once a Man, Twice a Child, Get Light, First Time, Beef. You know, they have, it's a lot of songs I can pick off of this that I can really enjoy, but I can listen to the whole album all the way through, but those are just my standout tracks. Let me know how you guys feel about King's Disease 3. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and re-listen to King's Disease 1 and 2 to see how it all kind of fits into this trilogy that he's kind of been doing with this album. But yeah, till next time, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.